All right. And now for part 3 of our Kill Team Noveliste build. Let's get our last 2 models built. So first we're going to build our Reliquist. So we need parts 34 and 33. I don't think they're on this one. $33, $34. Okay. Clean this up. Okay. Yeah, so I should be able to just attach them as normal now. Not sandwiching any legs. Okay. All that attaches. Okay. So let's get oh, we forgot the face and the legs. Okay, so we'll grab those now. 36, 35, 36, 37, 35. 37. 36. 36 here in the middle. Okay. Attach our face. Now, yep, so that one goes right there. This one, yeah, that one goes there. Okay, and then this one. Okay, now we get to decide. Do we want the big pole, the reliquary, or do we want the flag? Well, let me just check something on the flag one. I think I will stick with the box. And I think whenever I do decide to paint it, I think I'll just try and like maybe base coat it. And then just make like the inner skull one color. Try and really simplify it. I like the flag idea, but I think I'll be okay. So I think we'll stick with this one. So we need B9 and B8. There we go. And we need B8. This one here in the corner. Okay, so I think because of how much issues we had with the flamer, I think we're just going to attach the hand on now. And then we'll attach the whole thing after. So let's clean this up first. Okay. Okay. Very, very small amount there. Okay, so we're going to let that dry before we do anything else. And this person also has a gun, which is a 39. Not this set, it's this one. $50.39. Okay. There we go. Okay, and gun attached. Now getting the flag on, it's going to be the tricky part. And of course the hand then broke off. Bloody Murphy, I knew that was going to happen. And I just broke a foot off. And okay, let's try this again. First off, let's fix this leg. Then let's fix our flag hand. Okay, so we're going to let that dry a little longer this time. We're going to start our little kit bash on the next one. So we're not going to be building the Hospitalier. We're going to be using its body, and then we're going to be putting on the Commodore arms on it. So let's get the body. So we need a 25, 26, and 27. It's 25, 26, 27. And at least one of the legs is already attached, so that's one less piece to attach. Okay. 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 Clean this piece off. Okay. Okay, now let's get our arms. We won't do the face just yet because they suggest 2 different face plates, so we'll see what those are in a minute. So we want B20, 21, 22. It's 20, 22, 21. Okay. Okay. Now, this kind of crossbow bolt gun that just attaches on top. Okay. Now let's see how well this one attaches. So it shows this one is in here. Yeah, that attaches relatively well. And then our gun hand. Yeah, that goes relatively well in there. I had it there for a second, but it decided to just fall out. Okay, so we're just going to let you dry for a minute. Let's see if we can get this other arm on. Okay, I'm not pushing very hard on this one because I don't want to break the staff off of the hand again. Just needed to hold on just a little longer. Let's see if we can just reattach that hand slightly. There we go. Okay. Okay, and we just gotta hold it. And there we go. Now again, we're gonna put you down. Let you dry off. Okay. And then this one. That should be okay. There we go. Hold that a little longer. Worst case scenario, if this kind of little kit bash doesn't quite work out, I'll switch to super glue. That should really allow it to kind of fill in any gaps. But I think we're okay. Now we just got to attach a face. Now, do we want... No, I want to see one little thing. So there's this little thing on their back. What is that? Look at this a little closer. It's a B7. Looks like it sockets onto the one of the shoulders. I don't really see a slot it would fit. So let me see. B7. I just want to take a closer look at that part. Now, could I put that on anyway? If it's just for cosmetic purposes, I don't see why not. And in terms of mask, or face, yeah, this one has a mask on, which is A28. Oh, no, that's for 3. It's B6. Yeah, so that gives them another, like, face mask. But if we go with the other one, A94. 94. This one just gives us a plain face. Now, so do I want face or do I want mask? There it is. I think I want face. I've already got the 2 flamers that have masks on. Don't really... I assume the mask is just purely cosmetic. I don't think it matters. So I think I'm going to go with the regular face. But I might still attach that little shoulder thing on it just for cosmetic look. Because I like the idea of having like a shoulder scanner. Okay. And then that little shoulder scanner. Yeah, so there's, I think, a tiny, tiny gap right by the shoulder pauldron, between the neck and the shoulder, that this is supposed to socket into. Man, is that small, though. So let me see. Or it might mount on the pauldron itself. That's what it looks like. Yeah, I'd say it probably mounts onto the pauldron. This is going to be a bit tricky, but I'm going to try anyway. Because there's really nothing for it to kind of like sit on. There we go. Okay. So, and there's our final two models. We have our Reliquist, which I think is what they are called. Yeah. And we have, which of all of my units, other than the Superior, this is kind of the only one who's just got a regular gun. And then we have a kit bashed Commodore. Commodore, who's got a little bit of Hospitaller in there. But yeah, there's our final two models. This kit is done. The only thing I got to do is attach bases. The only thing, though, I think I might want to give these bases a quick spray with the airbrush just to prime them. Just to make sure, well, okay. They would probably glue better, or they'll probably cement better if I just attach them straight on. Because the problem is a lot of them have these really flat portions, and there's really nothing for it to grip. So I might have to rough up their feet a little bit. The bases themselves have texture, so they should attach no major issues. Or I could just leave them with black bases, which I'm fine with. I don't have to paint the bases. Or I could do like a tan and make it look like they're standing in sand. I don't know. I'll figure it out later. But I think that's it for this particular video. I'm going to let these guys kind of settle and air dry for a little while. I'm just going to use my little alligator clips. Just let them sit off camera. This way they're off my table, and the chances of them getting hit by something is going to be pretty low. But, so, that's it for this particular video. I'll probably go play that game of Kill Team with my friend. I'll let you all know how that goes. And then we'll see if we can try painting these guys afterwards. But thank you all for watching. Actually, you know what? This is probably the first complete set, other than like the pre-made ones that you have to like fully assemble instead of just, oh, put two parts together and it's done. How would I like rate or say how good these are? Would I recommend them? Well, the instructions are very clear. They're very easy to read. They pretty much give you all the details you need to know. Pictures over words. The thing is, you have a lot of leftover materials. Like, there's more than enough material here to potentially build an extra, like, 2 or 3 units But the thing is, they only give you enough torsos and body pieces for 10 units. Now, if there was a way you could hypothetically, maybe with a certain STL system, although I know this would not make them legal in terms of tournaments and official games, they only let you use stuff you've bought. You cannot make it with a 3D printer. But if you just wanted some extra units to have sit around and look pretty, you maybe could find more bodies that these pieces can fit onto. That would be great, but I don't think anybody's probably designed that, but we'll see. We'll see. But like I said, you have all these extra pieces, and some of these pieces look really cool. Like, you got the flag, swords, guns, and extra heads and faces, and all these parts and pieces are basically not going to be used, which is a little on the sad side. Like, what's kind of the point? No, so there's one piece here. I'm just kind of wondering what that piece is for. I'm just wondering, because there's one piece here I see that just looks like a tiny little circle. I'm just wondering, what does that go to? B28. Do I see a B28 anywhere? Or, sorry. Yeah, 28. Do I see a 28 anywhere? Oh, here we go. Okay, it goes on top of this little chalice. If you were making this unit. Bam. One thing I could do, because I didn't use as much cement, I could attempt to break off limbs if I wanted to switch them, but that's not a good long-term solution. I know what some people do is they'll drill them and put little magnets in there. But that's a very advanced technique. So I don't think that's something I'll do with these guys. So, but again, like I said, so you have all these extra pieces that you don't end up using. The instructions are very clear. The physical assembly, some models are a lot easier to put together. Like, the Duelist wasn't hard. Like, okay, in building the main bases, the torsos, the heads, the faces, the legs, that part wasn't hard at all. The hardest part was the arms, and for some of them, they had really, like, fiddly pieces. Probably the best example would be this one. The whip broke like 3 times, and I had to reattach it multiple times, and then trying to get the arms to kind of socket into their places, and then stay put until the cement hardened, made this one a bit of a pain in the butt to make. Now that it's done, it looks great. The flamers weren't that bad until you wanted to attach their arms or their hands onto their arms. Because if you tried to get the wrist on, the shoulder would fall out. If you tried to get the shoulder back in, the hand would fall out. So trying to get a delicate balance of all 3 together is tricky. So I might have to go over them. I'll probably do this off camera, because just putting like a drop of cement in any little cracks and crevices just to try and fill them is nothing video worthy. Maybe I'll do that with the super glue just as some extra reinforcement. But all in all, I am happy with them. The average price of these is about $80. So that's rather steep for 10 miniatures. That's like, what, $12 a mini? But if you go, most like physical stores, like most like comic book stores, game stores, sell it cheaper, or you can get them on sale. I think I got mine for $68. So that makes it about, what, $8 a mini, which is better. But you're also kind of doing this for a whole game instead of just a bunch of random miniatures. Could you also use these for other games? Yes. Like, these could all be considered, like, D&D paladins and clerics. As long as you're willing to subject some of the things, like the ones with flamers and guns wouldn't work so much, but this one, for instance, and this one, like, you could obviously say that those are just, like, a two-handed club or a mace, a hand crossbow, and a spellcasting focus of some kind. So those two could definitely be. But all in all, I enjoyed myself. I had fun building these. You definitely don't always want miniatures that are going to be super easy to build, because there's really nothing to... There's really, like, no challenge. You always want to, like, have some small issue. Also, the duelist. The duelist would also be a good, like, a fighter type build. But anyway. You always want to try and find something that's a little trickier so that you learn new abilities, you learn new tips and tricks, so you can see how everything kind of turns out in the end. So all in all, would I recommend this? Yeah, I probably would. There's probably other kits and sets that are either easier or harder or better to build. This is my first, and I'll see how that game is with my friends to see how things turn out. And then who knows? Maybe I will have a further addiction to go into. But I have way too many minis. I'm probably going to be getting another set soon. I need to start painting. So I think this might be our last build video for a little while. I want to paint something before I build anything more. So I think that will be it for the build videos for a little while. But we're going to have at least some painting videos. So stay tuned if you want to see that. I'm sure when I probably go play that game with my friend, he'll probably give me some tips and tricks. And I'll probably bring my portable painting kit, which is just an ammo can with all my paint supplies in there. But anyway, that's it for this particular video. Thank you for sticking along for so long. I know I wasn't super commentative for most of this series. Probably would have been a good idea if I had some music or something playing in the background, or maybe I'll put that in post. I don't know. I haven't decided. We'll figure that out later. But you all take care today, and have a good day.